Some say Professor Squeaky had died. Some say he was just fucking lazy. Regardless, the stars have aligned and a new video is here.
Hey guys, Prof. Squeaky here, back with another episode of Movesets Minus. Today we'll be taking a look at a potential moveset for none other than Odin Dark from Fire Emblem Fates. Originally from Fire Emblem Awakening and originally known as Owain, Odin joins Selena and Laszlo as they are brought to the world of Fates to assist the Kingdom of Nor in its war against anime. Odin is known for his theatrics and his tendencies to name every weapon in sight, as well as his very own special moves. You might be asking, of all the Fire Emblem characters, why Odin? What makes him so special? Well, how many Fire Emblem characters can you say have been playable in more than one game? Because of some bullshit story that you can find via DLC in Fates, it turns out that Intelligent Systems ran out of character ideas, so they stole some from Awakening and cleverly disguised it as fan service. So, clearly, unlike characters like Robin or Corrin who have only been in one game in the series, Odin is much more deserving. Based on this logic, certain characters shouldn't even be allowed to be in the game. I mean, look at Luigi or Bayonetta. They've only ever been playable in one game. Plus, Smash Bros. Could really use more Fire Emblem representation. Look at the Mario series. 11 characters? And don't even get me started on how there are literally 5 Mega Mans in this game. And don't worry, I know how popular sword characters are in Smash Bros. Why would people talk about them so much? So, while Odin doesn't wield a sword, he used to. And who doesn't want more pay-to-win blonde swordsmen on the roster? Anyway, onto the moveset. I didn't think it would be possible to get every part of his moveset from only his abilities, so some of them come from his daughter, Ophelia. First off, Odin will have a passive ability, Aching Blood. Aching Blood is Odin's passive skill in Fire Emblem Fates and increases his critical chance by 10% if he's wielding a weapon with 12 or more characters in its name. While renaming Odin's attacks in Smash would be impossible, we can still make use of this ability by letting Odin activate critical hits during a fight. By landing consecutive attacks while also not getting hit, Odin's darkness level would increase, and upon reaching its max, Aching Blood would activate. With Aching Blood activated, the next attack Odin lands would do more damage. To indicate Aching Blood's activation, his character portrait would glow, and upon using it, the shing sound effect of a crit from Fire Emblem would play. Missing the attack would still use up Aching Blood. Since Odin is a dark mage, most of his attacks would involve casting spells. I imagine they would appear close to his hand, so even though he's using magic, he wouldn't be an entirely projectile-based character like Mega Man. There are a lot of spells to choose from the series, but the main 3 that I'll focus on are Fire, Thunder, and Wind, which would all behave differently. For his up-tilt, aerial, and smash attacks, he would cast Wind Magic. Wind Magic in Fire Emblem typically does more damage against flying units like Pegasus and Wyvern Riders. As such, these attacks will do more damage to opponents that aren't grounded. These attacks could be used as get-off tools and to punish characters who approach with aerials. The up smash itself could surround Odin in a whirlwind that covers his entire body. For his down tilt, aerial, and smash attacks, he would cast Fire Magic. These attacks would linger on the stage after getting used. The down aerial would boost Odin up slightly upon using it to make room for the fire, while the down tilt and smash would leave a small fire on the stage. For his forward tilt, aerial, smash, and back aerial, Odin would cast Thunder Magic. These attacks would be his most basic, simply doing electric damage, but would be powered up even more than normal attacks upon activating his passive skill, Aching Blood. This is because Thunder Magic in Fire Emblem has a naturally higher crit rate than Fire or Wind. Onto the good stuff, Odin's special moves. Odin's neutral special would be Odin's unique weapon from Fire Emblem Fates, Odin's Grimoire. This tome fires a beam similar to that of Prince Xander's Siegfried. By pressing the special button, Odin would prepare the attack and then fire it in the direction the analog stick is facing. If no direction is pressed, Odin's Grimoire will be fired forward. For completeness' sake, most of Odin's basic attacks, like his jab and pummel, will use an effect similar to this attack. For a side special, Mistletoe. This tome is technically Odin's daughter's signature weapon, Ophelia. This spell would appear a little bit away from Odin, exploding in an icy blast a moment later. In Fire Emblem, wielding it grants +1 skill and resistance, so in Smash, it will give Odin super armor while casting it. For a down special, Vantage. This would basically function as a counter. Calling back to Odin's roots as a Myrmidon back in Fire Emblem Awakening, Vantage is a skill that, if the user is attacked, allows the user to attack first instead. Usually I try to stay away from counters, but I feel like this ability is pretty appropriate. The actual skill in Fire Emblem, Counter, wasn't introduced until Path of Radiance, years after the games Marth and Roy star in were released. For an up special, Luminary Uppercut. While Odin doesn't really have any abilities that lend themselves to recovery, his daughter Ophelia can yell Luminary Uppercut when activating a crit.
Luminary Uppercut!
There isn't actually an animation for this, it's just something she says while attacking, so I guess we can sort of just imagine Odin doing a flourished uppercut with light surrounding his hand as he ascends. Finally, for a final smash, one of Odin's own special moves, Eldritch Smackdown.
Eldritch Smackdown!
What is Eldritch Smackdown, though? I don't know. Again, it's another one of Odin's crazily named moves. Maybe he unleashes a huge blast of dark magic, maybe he grabs his opponent and pile drives them, I don't know. You have to wonder how much of what Odin says and does is just theatrics and how much of it is actually skill. There's a lot of options for Odin's taunts and quotes too. Here's a few critical quotes I haven't mentioned in the video already.
You can't hide from me! Behold! Abysmal body blow! And hunger's glory unyielding! Brace yourself! Unquenchable blood flames!
Plus, his idle animation could easily be the weird pose he has in Fates, which a lot of the other characters comment on during interactions. And there you have it, Odin in Super Smash Bros. What do you think of this moveset? Would you want to see Odin in Smash like this? If you have any other ideas for Odin or other Fire Emblem characters, let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, then make sure to check out my other episode of Movesets Minus on Kellum. And stay tuned for my next episode where everyone's favorite Mario Kart character teams up with Link's grandma from The Wind Waker for a fighting duo like the Ice Climbers. So if you've managed to make it all the way to this part of the video, you've probably figured out that this video is for April Fool's Day. The beginning parts were filled with jokes and sarcasm and whatnot, but the moveset is actually semi-serious. Obviously, it would be extremely unlikely for Odin to actually be in Smash, but in the end, I actually really liked how the moveset turned out. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.